Okay, let's dive right into this explainer by tackling one of the absolute biggest headaches in modern enterprise tech, the rapid and honestly pretty messy evolution of how we actually store our data. If you've ever felt like your organization's data is just spiraling totally out of control, you are definitely not alone. For years, the tech world promised us that simply dumping everything into one massive system would magically solve all our enterprise analytics problems forever. But as we all know, the reality of big data, and especially artificial intelligence, has completely rewritten the rules. So we're going to explore exactly how we got into this mess, and more importantly, the massive architectural revolution that's finally fixing it.
Because when the promise of storing everything infinitely goes horribly wrong, you end up with this. Initially, data lakes looked like an absolute revelation, right? Companies everywhere, from big banks to retailers to healthcare firms, they all rushed to build them. The pitch was just too good. Store all your structured and unstructured data, scale it infinitely, and let your AI workflows run wild. But fast forward a few years, and organizations realized their pristine data lakes had degraded into what the industry now officially calls a data swamp. It basically became a black hole where data goes in, but reliable, trustworthy insights really struggle to come out.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the data swamp problem, the AI data catalyst, enter the lakehouse, the power of metadata, and finally, the AI native future.
Starting with Section 1, the data swamp problem. From infinite promise to operational chaos. Let's trace how some of the world's smartest organizations got trapped here. We can really view this historical progression in three distinct eras. We started off in Era 1 with data warehouses. Now, these gave us rigid, but very safe and predictable environments for business intelligence. But as data volume just absolutely exploded, we had to move to Era 2, data lakes. These gave us massive scale, but as we just saw, quickly turned into chaotic dumping grounds. And that brings us to today, Era 3, the data lakehouse, which is designed to give us the absolute best of both previous eras by creating these unified, intelligent ecosystems. To understand why the lakehouse is such a big deal, you have to realize that for a whole decade, engineers were essentially forced to choose between two completely imperfect systems. On one side, you had the traditional data warehouse, fantastic for predictable reporting, clean schemas, governed SQL tables. If you needed that quarterly financial report, the warehouse was your best friend, but it struggled hard with scale and modern flexibility. Then, on the other side, you had the data lake. Cheap, massive raw storage for literally everything, logs, images, streaming telemetry, but it completely lacked operational discipline. You basically had to choose. Do you want the predictable governance of a warehouse or the infinite scale of a lake? And so, what happens when you choose the lake and just dump thousands of datasets into it with different formats and different owners? The structure rots. The metadata becomes totally inconsistent. Your data schemas drift, which silently breaks the pipelines that rely on them. Suddenly, you have duplicate data popping up everywhere, you lose track of access controls, and worst of all, you lose your data lineage. You literally forget where your own data came from. You see, the problem was never the storage itself. It was the total lack of operational structure.
Moving to Section 2, the AI data catalyst, increasing the pressure on fragile systems.
If the swamp wasn't bad enough on its own, artificial intelligence acted as the ultimate catalyst that forced our hand. Modern AI places incredibly heavy, rapid-fire demands on our architecture. AI doesn't just need a few neat tables. It demands massive, highly varied datasets. It needs real-time streaming telemetry and complex feature stores. I mean, think about today's generative AI models. They require vector embeddings, complex RAG systems, and really intense training orchestration. The traditional warehouse couldn't even dream of handling this scale. And the traditional lake couldn't provide the reliability needed to train an AI model you actually trust. The industry was in a crisis. It needed both.
Which brings us to Section 3, enter the lakehouse, the perfect hybrid architecture.
The entire tech industry was absolutely desperate for both scale and reliability. And that desperation led them to ask this exact million-dollar question. How do we stop choosing? How do we get the massive scalability of a data lake and the reliable governance of a data warehouse? How do we build a system that finally says yes to both? And the answer, as you might have guessed, is the lakehouse architecture. Now, this isn't just some clever marketing buzzword. It is an entirely new foundation for enterprise intelligence that fundamentally re-engineers how data is managed at a massive scale. By introducing these powerful transactional layers right on top of raw object storage, the lakehouse gives us the perfect Goldilocks fit. We finally get ACID transactions directly on our data lake, which means data consistency is totally guaranteed even when multiple people are updating it at once. We get strict schema enforcement, so your pipelines don't randomly break in the middle of the night. We even get what's known as time travel and versioning. That's the ability to look at highly reliable snapshots of data exactly as it existed in the past, which makes rollbacks an absolute breeze. Basically, the data lake suddenly gains the disciplined operational behavior of a warehouse.
Section 4. The power of metadata. Making the invisible visible.
Let's break down how this actually works. In traditional systems, storage and compute were all tangled up together, but in a modern composable architecture, they're decoupled. You've got your massive storage layer sitting on the bottom and your independent compute engines running on the top. But the real secret sauce, the critical glue, is that metadata layer in the middle. Without this, your raw data is operationally invisible. By treating metadata as strategic infrastructure and using sophisticated catalog systems, schema governance, and strict access controls, totally different analytical engines and AI pipelines can all securely query the exact same underlying storage at the exact same time. It's a real game changer. Lakehouses even solve those hidden infrastructural nightmares, like the infamous small files problem. See, when you have large-scale distributed systems, they tend to naturally generate thousands or even millions of tiny fragmented files. If you've ever tried to search a hard drive with millions of 1 kilobyte text files, you know it absolutely destroys query performance. Lakehouses solve this by building operational optimization and file compaction directly into the architecture itself. It automatically cleans up and organizes the data behind the scenes. This doesn't just speed up your queries, it drastically improves cost control through efficient partitioning and workload isolation. Operational economics finally become an architectural priority.
And finally, Section 5, the AI native future. The unified data operating system.
Before the Lakehouse came along, if you put all your enterprise data into a specific vendor's warehouse, they effectively owned you. But the Lakehouse relies heavily on the shift to open standards. By leveraging open table formats like Apache Iceberg, Delta Lake, and Apache Hudi, modern ecosystems allow for total interoperability across completely different compute engines and platforms. Enterprises can keep their data flexible and drastically reduce the risk of vendor lock-in. You own your data, and you decide which tools get to interact with it. So, what does this all mean for us? Ultimately, we are evolving away from fragmented systems that cause massive organizational bottlenecks and moving into a singular, cohesive operational substrate. If you keep your BI teams locked in a warehouse and your AI teams playing in a lake, you're just creating fragmented organizational silos. It's a total recipe for dysfunction. But by transitioning to a unified lakehouse, you bring BI analytics, machine learning workloads, real-time streaming telemetry, and strict governance onto one shared platform. The Lakehouse literally stops acting like a storage drive and starts acting like an AI-native operating system. I want to leave you with this really powerful realization from our explainer sources. Your architecture must be an intelligent, operational machine, not just a massive hard drive. The data swamp proved to all of us that scalability without governance is just a disaster waiting to happen. Modern ecosystems demand lineage, orchestration, streaming support, and continuous operational intelligence. So I'll leave you to think about this. Is your organization's data infrastructure just an unmanageable digital dumping ground, or is it an intelligently governed engine genuinely ready to power the AI revolution?